I'm here once again to remind you that your prosperity is in the mind. It's a mindset thing. How far you see is how far you can go. So today, I'm here to ask you, why are you afraid of wealth? And if you are afraid of wealth, how can you end that fear in order to prosper? Why are you afraid of wealth? And how can you end the fear of wealth for prosperity? Why is it that so many persons say they want wealth, yet deep inside them they are terrified of it? Why do we dream of freedom, yet secretly cling to the chains of scarcity? The truth is simple but uncomfortable. Most people are afraid of wealth, not because wealth is evil, but because it demands change, and change terrifies the human mind. Today, we are diving into the hidden fears that hold you back from prosperity. We will explore the childhood conditioning, the doubts, the voices of the society. We will study the lives of wealthy giants, Oprah Winfrey, who rose from poverty to global influence, Warren Buffett, who turned fear into mastery, Elon Musk, who risked ridicule and failure to build an empire. And we will discover how you can break free, how you can finally silence the fear and step boldly into abundance. This is not just another story about money, this is about your destiny. Childhood conditioning and scarcity thinking. The fear of wealth begins early. As children, many of us hear the same words repeated over and over again, that money does not grow on trees. Rich people are greedy. We can't afford that. These words sink into the subconscious and a relief is formed. Wealth is dangerous. Wealth is for others, not for you. And so, even as adults, when opportunities appear before you, when success knocks on the door, we hesitate, not because we cannot succeed, but because a voice inside you whispers, who do you think you are to be rich? The conditioning creates a scarcity mindset. You don't chase dreams, you chase safety. You don't invest, you cling to the little you have. And in doing so, you unknowingly reinforce the very poverty you fear. The fear of change and responsibility. Wealth changes everything. It shifts how people see you. It demands responsibility, and for many, that is terrifying. Think of the lottery winners who go broke within years. They didn't fail because of luck. They failed because their minds were not prepared for responsibility. Wealth demands discipline, decision making, and courage to stand out. And standing out is something most people fear. Warren Buffett once said, "The chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken." Most people are chained to small habits, spending recklessly, fearing investment, and avoiding risk. Wealth requires breaking those chains. That is why many never step forward. Giants who faced fear. Every wealthy giant faced fear, but they refused to bow to it. Oprah Winfrey was born into poverty in Mississippi. She suffered abuse, racism, rejection. By every measure, she should have been a victim. But Oprah chose differently. She said, "I have to create the vision of my life, because if I didn't, someone else would." She transformed her fear into fuel. Warren Buffett was not born a confident speaker. In fact, he was so terrified of the public speaking that he avoided it at all costs. But he knew that to be successful, he had to conquer this fear. So he took a Dale Carnegie course and faced his weaknesses and turned it into one of his greatest strengths. Elon Musk, mocked for his accent, ridiculed for his idea, once slept in office of Zip2 because he can't afford an apartment. When PayPal sold, instead of sitting back with his fortune, he risked it all on Tesla and SpaceX. At one point, both companies were on the edge of collapse, but Musk said, when something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. He faced fear daily, and fear bowed to him. Let's not forget John D. Rockefeller, the oil titan. He grew up, his father a conman, his mother struggling. Fear of poverty haunted him, but instead of letting it paralyze him, Rockefeller developed extreme discipline, saving, investing, and building. The fear of lack became the fuel for one of the greatest fortunes in history. The psychology of abundance. So how do we rewire the mind from fear of abundance to abundance? It begins with a simple truth, and this is the truth. Wealth is not money, wealth is mindset. A person with $1 million will still live in fear, but a wealthy mindset, even with little money, will create prosperity. That is why countless rags to riches stories exist. They mastered the psychology first, then the money followed. The psychology of abundance requires you to believe these things. Number 1, there is enough opportunities in the world. 2, money is a tool, not a master. And 3, failure is not the end, but the teacher. How to overcome the fear of wealth. It's a mindset thing, and it's very important you get this fear out of you while you proceed on your journey to financial freedom. So here are the steps to ending the fear of wealth. First, awareness. Recognize your conditioning. What money lies were you told as a child? Write them down and challenge them. Education. Number 2. Financial literacy destroys fear. Study wealth, read biographies, learn how money works. Number 3, start small. Invest in yourself, in skills, in opportunities. Fear shrinks when action grows. 4, surround yourself with abundance. Wealthy thinkers don't complain about lack. They look for solutions. Be in their presence. Surround yourself with people who think abundance. Surround yourself with wealthy thinkers, with people who are positive minded. Number 5, embrace responsibility. Wealth is not about your get, but what you manage. Responsibility is the bridge to greatness. Number 6, redefine failure. Every giant we named failed more than they succeeded, but they saw failure as part of the path, not the end of it. Despite how much you fail, still keep going and you will surely succeed someday. What happens when you embrace wealth? When you choose to end the fear of wealth, something magical happens. You begin to dream bigger. You see opportunities where others see obstacles. You no longer ask, what if I fail? But you ask, what if I succeed? That shift changes everything. You stop being a prisoner of fear and you start being a creator of destiny. So finally, ask yourself, are you living in fear? Are you stepping into abundance? Are you repeating the lies of your past, or are you writing a new story? Wealth is not just about the money, it's about freedom, impact, and destiny. The giants of history were ordinary people who decided to silence the fear. So can you. The only question left is, will you? If this message spoke to you, take a bold step today. Like, comment, and subscribe to this channel for more. Share it with someone who needs to hear this, because the world needs more people who are unafraid to prosper. You have to be intentional about your life and spot out those fears, write them down, and take action. By so doing, you will notice tremendous changes in your financial life. Remember that fear is the lock, wealth is the key, and you yourself hold both of them. Thank you. Keep your dreams alive till we meet in my next video. You liking and sharing my videos gives me the motivation to create more videos like this. Thank you very much.